All right, everybody, welcome back to the sales and marketing messages that Amy and I are putting together for you. I hope you're enjoying what you're hearing so far, all the way from the 2 positions in any business to the messages that Amy has about the 5 mistakes that so many people make in marketing. Our goal here is just to give you a ton of great information and really help you, especially at the beginning of this year, take your marketing and sales efforts to the next level. And today, I'm going to talk to you about how all of your business and all of the success in your business is right here. My message to you today is that it's really all in your head, meaning it's in the mindset that you have around money and around sales. And more so, not just you, but also the people you have in charge of your sales process. One of the things that I've seen over and over again is I see people who are in a sales position, whether it be a hygienist, whether it be a treatment coordinator, anyone who is in that position of asking the potential client for money and receiving that exchange from them, money, get the contract from them, whatever it is. And what they end up being are people who are just really good with other people, or they're people, as a lot of people will say. I just like people. And they want to shy away from this idea that they are doing sales. So as you know, many of you know, I run a TC Sales and Mastery Mastermind, where I have people come out to my city in Salt Lake City, and we get together for 2 days, and I really dive deep into the psychology of sales and understanding their own ideas around money and their money blueprint. I couldn't get that word out. Their money blueprint and different ideas that they have from when they were little all the way growing up. And one of the main focuses is to help them shift in their head this general idea that, oh, I don't want to be called a salesperson. I just make an offer to people and I just let them choose. But the fact of the matter is, as a business owner, you have to have somebody in that position who's focused on sales, on bringing more money, more cash into your business so you can grow it, just like I talked about in the first video. In an upcoming video, I'm going to talk about how to schedule your success so you can literally say, I want to make this amount of money this month. How can I schedule that? How can I foresee the future and know how much money I'm going to make? By the way that I schedule my who's coming in for what appointments, but that's on another video. Before you get to that, you have to change the mindset of sales and know that the psychology of sales isn't just about how you say things and how you present things. It's about how you think about sales. So let me give an example. At my TC sales training, I will at one point during the 2 days, I will say, okay, everybody, if I were to walk in to your office and I would meet with your doctor, and I would go to your doctor after I saw your office and I was there for a day, and I said to him or her, in order for you to win the game, I want you to increase your baseline offer. So let's just say your offer is $6,000 for a set of braces. Your baseline offer, I want you to increase that by $2,000. 99% of the time, I get people who just freak out on me. Now, I'll say that in offices, but at this last TC sales event, everyone in the office, in the room, was like, oh my gosh, well, I would just think that we would just lose so many clients. And they started panicking. I mean, there were people almost sweating. There were people really upset about me even pretending that I'm going to make that suggestion to the doctor. That's a concern. Because what I would hope a real salesperson would look at that or hear that, they would say, okay, cool, I just now have to compute in my head how I can increase the value offer and how good I have to be at my job in order to get people to go to that. Because the fact of the matter is, there will be a time in your business where you're going to have to raise prices. And if you really want to separate yourself from everyone else out there, the very first way to do that is to expand on your pricing. Look, I even do that in my own business. I'm very transparent about so many things that I do, and I want you to get this, that when I decided to go into this industry and help business owners have more purpose, passion, and profit in their business, I automatically looked at everything that was going on and said, how can I separate this off? I already know my content's great, but they also think their content's great. I already know that I can deliver the results, but they think they can deliver the results too, because that's just a tit for tat thing, right? So what did I do? I said, I know that the value that I offer is so great, I'm going to set my price up higher than anyone else in the industry. I'm going to stretch myself so that I weed out the people who are just going to dabble or play, or even that they're mentally going to expect the same thing from other people. Oh, I can get that elsewhere. Oh, I can get that. But instead, because I do that, it makes you're watching this now, curious that, well, how can he do that? He must have the goods. It's psychologically, if you read the book, Persuasion by Robert Cialdini, which everyone should be reading that book, especially your marketing people should be reading that book. It talks about how you must persuade people, and there's certain ways to persuade them to engaging with you. And that's one of the reasons that we do it here. So when I ask that of the team members, I want them to see that it's not a matter of, oh no, our community won't be able to afford that, or all the excuses they come up with. Well, people aren't used to that, or that's more than other offices in the area. I want them to think about what value can I add so that it makes sense. Most of them will say to me, well, I believe that the doctor is worth that much more, or I believe that we deliver that much more, or that we as a team, that we can deliver that much more, but I just don't know if the people will accept that. Well, the fact of the matter is they will if you train them. You see, Apple is a great example of a company who doesn't care about the price. They care about making sure they're talking to the right audience and they're selling the value of the thing. When Apple sells their products, especially at the very beginning to build their company, they sold the most expensive laptop and computer to a group of people who should not have been able to afford it, college students. Because what they did is they said, number one, we have a culture that's this, so you can be part of our cool culture, but we also give an amazing value in the product. And that value spread, and so they're able to not worry about price matching with other people. They're able to set their own price and say, this is who we are. It's a little bit of a side note there, because what the whole point of this is I want you to get that your salespeople have to have that mindset of a salesperson. A salesperson is someone who takes challenges. A salesperson is someone who says, what, $2,000 more? Okay, how can I make that happen? A salesperson is somebody who says, I need to win the game. I need to talk to my marketing people to make sure they're giving me the right people, which we'll talk about in another video, and that I also need to then set myself up with goals so I can achieve something more. They're not just people who are really nice or people, right? We also need to make sure that their mindset is that they want to win as much as possible, so they're going to understand and learn the psychology of sales. They're going to learn how to overcome objections. They're going to learn how when somebody says to them, well, I need to talk to my spouse, or, well, I'm just shopping around, that they know how to overcome that objection, how to respond to that, and not accept that as a reason, but maybe just a complaint or an excuse that we can overcome. Your salesperson must understand that there's two very specific differences when it comes to what they do. There's a presenting of a case, and then there is the sales of the case. It's kind of like if you play golf. In golf, there's two games that happen on the golf course: the driving and the putting. You can't be a championship golfer with only doing one or the other. You have to be an expert at both. In sales, you must know how to present a case that, as I talked about in a previous video, understanding what their what is and being able to focus on their needs and their focus and what they want out of it. And then there's the sales part of it, the close. And you have to be master closers. So if you're not focusing on sales, if you don't believe you have salespeople, it's not a judgment call about who they are as people. It's about you understanding that if you want to grow your business and you want to take it to the next level, you have to have people in there who are willing to become salespeople, or you need to hire salespeople and people who embrace sales. I'll end on this. I believe sales is a very honorable job. Everything we do in this world is about selling. You sell your spouse on buying a car or buying a house. You sell your kids on eating their vegetables. You sell your team members on being advocates for you. You sell clients on actually getting your product, and then you got to sell them again on letting other people know about it. Everything you do is sales. So I want you to, in your own mind, take away this idea that sales is a negative. And I know everybody goes, well, I don't want to be like the high-pressure car salesman. Look, those are outliers. We don't have to worry about those outliers, because you're not looking for people who are jerks or high pressure, but you do want people who understand the psychology of it and people who will help encourage, if you will, and I want to say push a little bit, but yeah, push is a good word. I'm going to push you in my coaching program. When you come in our program, I'm going to take you outside of your comfort zone. Why? Because I know it's the only way you can grow. And sometimes you have to have salespeople, not sometimes, all the time, but you have to have salespeople who are willing to say, I believe in this product so much, it is my moral obligation. It is my duty to make sure that that person who sits in front of me gets this product. What can I do? How can I think? What can I say in order to make that happen? So if you're interested in finding out more about how you can increase your sales and your marketing inside of your office, make sure to click on that link and get an appointment, a 30-minute strategy session with Amy. Once again, it's completely no obligation. And see how you can plan out your sales process, see how you can plan out your marketing process, and see how you can win in business.